Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's goody, man? What's goody, mob? Made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, and it is a pleasure once again. Let's just see what we sounding like first before we get started, shall we? Oh yeah. Oh, we good. Oh, we good, man. Like I try to tell everybody, man, it is a pleasure to be here with you once again on a good Sunday evening, the day before it's time to go back and put that work in back at the 9 to 5. But before we get back to that point, let us talk about some boxing. For those who don't know, I am here each and every Sunday, as well as each and every Wednesday. I am here on YouTube. We will do live streams every Sunday and Wednesday from here on out. And it is a pleasure to always be back up on here with the boxing fam, man. First and foremost, I want to give a special, I repeat, special St. Patty's Day shout out to none other than Showtime, Sean Porter. Yes, sir. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we? Showtime Sean Porter showed up yesterday to the event dressed in green, walking around looking like a St. Patty's Day celery stick. So we must give nothing but respect and a respectful shout out to Showtime Sean Porter, man. Ain't that something, man? Yo, man, the only cat that showed up yesterday with an all green suit on the whole panel. Shout out to Sean Porter, man. Whoa, man. So we are fresh. I'm looking at everybody's reaction to the Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia fight yesterday. And I got a lot to say, man. If I ain't said a lot last night, you know what I mean? And shout out to everybody that rocked with me last night on the post-fight video. But if I didn't say enough last night, we definitely going to make it up for the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I still got a lot more to say about that particular fight. But before we get to the news of the day, before we get to the big one, let us just give up the little shout outs for all the other fights that went down over the weekend. First fight I would like to say is Charles Martin. Charles Martin had defeated Gregory Corbin by an 8th round, pretty much DQ, where the ref stepped in and stopped that particular fight. Well, this dude, Gregory Corbin, sitting there with all the low blows, keep hitting Charles Martin with the low blows. But it's always good to see Charles Martin get back into the win column. And why do I say that? Is because Charles Martin doesn't seem like he's on that same stuff that he was off before, he took those losses to, say, Anthony Joshua. Charles Martin seeming to me that he got his shit back together. Though he coming off a loss to Adam Kalinowski, he still fought a valiant fight. You know what I mean? And even in this particular situation with this Corbin kid, who I've never heard of before in my life, he still fought a valiant fight, which means that Charles Martin still can be a formidable opponent for the development of the likes of a Joe Joyce or the likes of a F.A. Ajagba. You know what I mean? It's like Charles Martin would be a perfect opponent for guys like them. The dudes who are in there climbing up the ladder stage and just trying to reach the top. We're going through the likes of a Charles Martin, though I know a lot of fans don't think much of him. But given that he seemed like he got his head back on straight and he's boxing pretty decent, because he even boxed this dude, man, he laid so many right hands on this dude yesterday that it was insane. You know what I mean? So to see Charles Martin to get back into the win column and to keep his name live amongst the heavyweight division is a good plus, because we need all the names that we can get at the heavyweight division. So shout out to Charles Martin for getting that win yesterday, or should I say that DQ, which I think he still was on the way to a win. This dude Corbin, man, he was beating the man nuts up, man. He was getting in there, all the low blows. They had a headbutt, a clash of heads with Charles Martin was leaking pretty bad. It was pretty brutal fight. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to Charles Martin for staying focused and going through and getting that DQ yesterday. Also, we seen Marcellus Wilder, the brother of Deontay Wilder, get a win yesterday, get back into the win column. Good for his progression as well. We seen Chris Arreola, Chris Double D Arreola, you know what I'm saying, get back into the win column yesterday, man, by beating this guy, Jean-Pierre Augustine, man. Shout out to Chris Arreola, man. He needed something like this. Once again, another fighter that we can still at least put in a rotation at heavyweight. Guys, like I said before, F.A. Ajagba, Joe Joyce, you know what I mean? Guys like this caliber, can still have an opponent such as like a Chris Arreola or a Charles Martin to help further in their development. So it's good to see Chris Arreola still remaining in the heavyweight division. Now, one more, David Benavidez versus Jalen Love. We seen David Benavidez destroy Jalen Love yesterday. Pure DDT. destruction, man. Them Benavidez's, bruh. They bring noise when they fight, man. Got nothing but love for the Benavidez's. You know, David Benavidez trying to get his name back, going after his title, hopefully next. The once former WBC champion at that weight class at 168 pounds. Now he's going to be going back for that particular title, hopefully next, by going back to Darrell and seeing if he can get that win. But J'Leon Love, man, you know, I can get up here and I can say this, that, and the third. Oh, he's this, he's a lunchbox. But I don't want to clown J'Leon Love. You know why? Because I got a homeboy who reminds me of J'Leon Love. You ever have somebody that you know that reminds you of somebody else, so it makes you reluctant to want to clown him? And I know a cat that reminds me so much of J'Leon Love. I will say that I think J'Leon Love needs to retire. It's that time, bro. You know, you don't have a nowhere near of a championship, you know, level fight on your horizon. But I don't have nothing bad to say, because I'm aware that J'Leon Love seems like he does suffer from some sort of mental issues. He's even talked about the mental issues that he's been through, and I ain't here to clown nobody that got mental issues. You know what I'm saying? So as for J'Leon Love's situation, you know, I think he should retire. We know a lot of doors has been opened up for him. There's no way he should even been on that card last night, but we know a lot of doors has been opened for him due to his affiliations with Floyd Mayweather. You know, he's one of those fighters that really never achieved the mountaintop of boxing, if you will. He never achieved that. But yet and still, he's always kind of been in the mix, and it's due to his TMT affiliations. But the facts of the matter still remains. J'Leon Love, bro, it's time to hang him up, homie, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's time for J'Leon Love to think twice about what he is doing in this sport, because if not, he's going to be like another Gabriel Rosado up in this joint, you know, and I don't want to see that. I like J'Leon Love. He seemed like a cool dude. He seemed like a dude you can actually hang out with. So I don't want to, you know, dump on him too much, but I will say, man, it's time for J'Leon Love to think twice about this boxing thing, man. And that's just my opinion. So those are some of the fights that went down over the weekend, man. You know, hey, we were entertained, man. Were y'all entertained for y'all $75? A lot of y'all might be out there like hells to the nah. You know what I mean? I want my money back. A lot of one-sided fights, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, big pay-per-view that went down over the weekend, man, and we all know. We all know what everybody wants to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Silver Salomo, what's up with you? He says J'Leon is done. Yeah, he's done, bro. He's definitely done. There's no fire there. There's no spark there. There ain't nothing much to even talk about there, man. And I mean, he's gotten hooked up time and time again. There ain't nothing much that he can offer the sport at this point. Not even to be a gateway dude. Like, he couldn't even be like a gateway fighter or a gatekeeper, you know what I mean? Like, J'Leon Love is not even at gatekeeper status. He's below that, you know? So when you got a situation like that, bro, it is what it is, man. Salute to you too, homie. Jamie Peralta, what's up with you? Spence was a monster. Yes, sir. It was a monster. We got a lot to break down about this Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. Let me kind of just take a quick peek at my notes here, because I took some shit down that I wanted to make sure I talked about this. First off, let's talk about Errol Spence Jr.'s performance from what we've seen in this particular situation with Mikey Garcia. First, I want to just tell everybody off the skip, yo, one big question that we had about Errol Spence Jr. has been answered. It has, in my opinion, and that is, are there other dimensions to the game of Errol Spence Jr.? We've always said it time and time and time again. Oh, we've never seen nobody push Errol Spence Jr. We've never seen what more Errol Spence Jr. got to offer. We always say we haven't seen it. Well, guess what, yo? Last night, I think we got a good peek into another level of Errol Spence Jr.'s game. And that is the fact that this cat can box. Everyone has this criticism on him. Come forward, fighter. He hits you harder than what he hits. He doesn't have that much skill. His head movement is this, that, and the third. Well, as of last night, I thought he put on a beautiful performance. I thought his performance was beautiful. You did. And the reason I say this is because, look, man, this cat, him and Derrick James, they worked on a game plan to say, what? Why would I go in here and give this dude any sort of chance? Meaning that his best chance was to get on the inside. Given the reach difference. So why would I give him any sort of chance? I'm going to use my boxing IQ and the skills that God gifted talents that I got in boxing from the outside. Something that no one has never seen me do before. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray never seen me do it. Mike Tyson never seen me do it. All of my haters and detractors never seen me do it. So let me give them a peek of the other side of Errol Spence Jr. And I ain't mad at that. Champion Killer, what's up with you? Spence was in second gear. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? And I loved it, bro. I love that performance, man. See, when people are saying that, yo, Errol should have stopped Mikey. Why didn't he stop Mikey? Mikey was a 135-pound fighter. You missing the whole picture. You missing the whole picture, because Errol Spence Jr. game plan was to not allow Mikey to have an opportunity for counterpunching. Do you not see that? Mikey Garcia was looking for the counter left hook. We all talked about that leading up to this fight. That was one of the ways that Mikey can win or have some success. And that is to counterpunch properly or to reset Errol Spence properly. Errol wasn't giving him those chances. By remaining on the outside, staying out of the reach of Mikey Garcia, Mikey could not counter effectively. He could not reset Errol effectively because his arms were too short. Just were too short. And Errol peeped that from a distance, outboxed him, you know what I mean? On the outside. That's another dimension. Champion Killer says punch perfect. Harold Trim, what's up with you? He says that jackass Tony King made it seems as if Spence was a one-gear fighter, aka Mexican style. He showed the haters all day. All day. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. We asked for this. We all asked, yo, what are the other dimensions? What else can he do? He's just a basic fighter. He just comes forward, swings punches, and hits you hard. Well, guess what? He showed you last night. The dude can jab, man. He can jab. He got a stiff-ass jab. He has the boxing IQ to know when to go in and when to not go in, almost kind of breaking Mikey down from the outside. We always say, oh, he has to go to the body. He has to do this. People were starting to put Errol in a box. Now, to the credit of some, it wasn't because, it's because Errol never showed it. Because no opponent that he's been in the ring with gave them the opportunity to show it. And y'all got to understand, man, there's a lot of fights that are fight specific. We just had this conversation when it came down to Showtime Sean Porter versus Yordanis Ugas. And everybody was sitting back like, yo, why that ain't the Sean Porter we know. That ain't the Sean Porter we know, man. He ain't fighting this because he fought from the outside and attempted to box Ugas. A lot of people were kind of confused about that. Fight specific. Word of the day, fight specific. The other word of the day, St. Patty's Day Porter. But the fact still remains is that the point I'm making is that Errol Spence Jr. approached this fight with something that he knew would be dominant, and that was to fight this cat on the outside. Why is that so wrong? And when you sometimes box in that fashion, you may not get the stoppage. You may not get the stoppage. But though he didn't stop this dude, a 12-round domination is just as impressive. He whitewashed a 3-division champion or a 4-division champion, 4-time champion. He whitewashed the man. That speaks volumes, huh? That speaks volumes. Jamie Peralta says Spence will outbox Thurman easy. Oh, shit now. Really, though. Champion Killer says only a great counterpuncher will trouble Spence. A great counterpuncher, but he has to have good foot movement too, bruh. The problem with Mikey is that he couldn't get within range to counterpunch. He didn't use his foot. He didn't use his supposed head movement that was supposed to be so gifted to get around the jab of Errol Spence Jr. to make it to the inside. You know, we can sit here and talk about Manny Pacquiao. I believe that if Manny Pacquiao was to fight Errol Spence Jr., Pacquiao would find ways to make it to the inside. He will. He will. I believe that Errol Spence Jr. could not fight Manny Pacquiao in the manner that he fought Mikey Garcia. I just don't see that happening. You know what I mean? Harold Trim says you can't be an Olympian without being a boxer based upon the point system all day. All day. I agree. And that's something that got buried in the minds of a lot of boxing fans. That's something that got buried. You know what I'm saying? In the mind of a lot of this kid can box. We just had, when you think about his fights with, say, you know, Kell Brook, he didn't have to fight in that manner. He decided to break Brook down to the body, a bigger opponent, or just as good of a size an opponent, decided to break him down to the body. Same way with like the Chris Algieri, who was a mobile fighter, decided to break him down and make him immobile. It's fight specific, fight fans. It's fight specific. In Mikey's case, the dynamics against him was that he was the shorter and he did not have nearly the reach of Errol Spence Jr. So Earl didn't give him the opportunity. And Earl was not only boxing him from the outside, but he was moving. People are not giving him enough credit for his foot movement in this fight. Every time Mikey took a step forward, Earl took a step back. Every time Mikey took a step to the left, Earl took another step to the left. You know what I mean? Like he was just moving with him as well. Another dimension to his game all day. Now, as for last night, man, let me tell y'all something, because we got to keep it all the way a buck. Now, the question is, Errol Spence Jr., what did he earn off last night? A lot of people saying, well, he's supposed to have beat the 135 fighter. He was supposed to have won. We all predicted for him to win. But what we didn't do is predict for him to win in the fashion that he won in. Hit the like button for me while y'all up in here, man. We did not predict for this cat to win in the fashion that he won in. Nobody did. Nobody did. Not even the most best boxing mind that studies all the dates and everybody who had a championship and you know everything about every fighter. You even got it wrong, cuzzo. You even got it wrong. No one predicted for this dude to fight like this, man. But what did he get out of this fight last night? In my opinion, he got a major, for one, I think the numbers, it's going to be interesting to see what the numbers come back for this pay-per-view. But what they saying, 47,000 was in the building? Shit. Don't tell me he ain't went over some of them fans. Don't tell me he ain't went over somebody who came in there doubting this man. Don't tell me somebody didn't walk in AT&T Stadium last night and as a Mikey fan and did not leave as a Spence fan last night. Don't tell me that ain't happened, because I ain't believing nothing you talking at all. Silver Salamo says, would like to see Earl in a boxing match against Thurman Terrence later this year. All day. All day. Same here, bro. That would be, yeah, that's something we would love to see. Lewis Coleman says, hey, Jamie, you crazy. Thurman outboxes Earl and knocks Earl down. That would be an interesting matchup, bro. Very interesting matchup, and we'll get to that type talk. DGO, what's up with you? One thing we learned is that Spence is no boogeyman for sure. What? Why you say that? See, it's what DGO says that makes me think you were expecting for him to just steamroll Mikey Garcia, right? That's what you was expecting. You was expecting this dude, you know what I'm saying, to walk up in there and just steamroll Mikey because he's a 135 fighter. That's what you were expecting, DGO. Not even expecting for this man to outbox the man. Why can't you be a boxer and still be a bookie man? You did. You could be a boxer. Everybody, Lomachenko is considered a boogeyman from some, right? He outboxing people. He ain't just going in and destroying people. You can still be let me put it to you like this. Sean Porter was in the building, and I didn't see him run up in the ring last night. I seen Manny up in the ring, but I didn't see Porter up in that ring. I didn't even see Thurman in the building. I didn't even see Thurman in the state. So what you talking about? Like, if you say he ain't the boogeyman, but yet I still don't see nobody, even on Sunday morning, I still don't see nobody speaking this man's name. They're not saying it 3 times. You did. I just don't see it, bro. But the point is, he earned a lot of fans, I think, last night. You know what I mean? And I think that was good for him. I think he at least won some fans, though he didn't gain, in my opinion, no pound for pound recognition. I ain't buying that whole he's number 1 pound for pound. None of that bullshit. I'm not buying that whatsoever. But I think that if he didn't gain anything other than the money he made, was the fact that he had to win over somebody, man. I think he had to win over that. He assured his position in that state of the state of Texas. And sometimes, you know, that's priceless. Winning over fans, being on a big stage like that. He had to win something. You did. And that's how I feel about it. Now, here's my thing, though. Like I just told y'all, Manny Pacquiao got up in the ring. Sean Porter didn't get in the ring, and he was there with his St. Patty's Day suit on. Didn't see Sean Porter get up in the ring, though. Now, my question is this, because everybody else bringing up the Manny Pacquiao deal. Is Manny Pacquiao really going to fight Errol Spence Jr.? Do y'all think he really going to fight Earl? Or do y'all think that Manny was just up in there looking at the venue? Because somebody told me yesterday, it's like, look at Manny, man. I don't know if Manny really interested in fighting Spence more so than he's just interested in fighting in AT&T Stadium. Manny stood in that ring and looked around and said, God damn, look at all these people up in here. I already done put 51,000 in here. This is where I be needing to box at. So the question is, was Manny there for Earl or Mikey? or was he just there for the venue? Was he also there for to see what's up with Floyd? Because Floyd was in the building too to see his man Jalen Love get knocked out. So which one was Manny really there for Spence? Because when Spence put it out there that he wanted to fight Manny was like, yeah, you know, it is what it, you know, we could do it for the fans. I didn't get a rock solid. I ain't doubting Manny, but I didn't get a rock solid. You know what I mean? I think Manny was there looking at that building, man. Manny was like, yo, man, I could pack this thing out, man. I could really get some money up in here. But the problem is Manny does need a proper dance partner. He does need a proper dance partner. DGO says, hold on, I don't want to skip. Harold Trim says Spence and Derrick James. Spence, hold on. Give me a second. Spence and Derrick James showed the levels to 147 and being a complete fighter. Spence said, thanks to Derrick James for showing him a path to victory all day. And you got to take your hats off to Derrick James and the game plan that was worked on by them boys. They worked on a beautiful game plan. A beautiful game plan. People may be saying, well, man, you're giving Errol Spence Jr. too much credit. He beat a 135-pound fighter. No. I told y'all before this fight that I ain't taking no slack off Mikey Garcia if he loses because he talked this thing up. He talked this thing up. You know, I got some things that I'm going to save. I'm going to reserve to say towards the end of the stream about Mikey because I don't want to piss y'all off because I know how y'all be. Man, what you talking about? I got something to think about, make y'all think about when it comes to Mikey Garcia. You know, I'm wondering. I'm starting to look at some things a little different now. I mean, I'm not saying that Mikey didn't want to do something for his legacy, but I'm just saying the money. Who else was he going to make this bag of money? Because I do recall him calling out Keith Thurman too, but we'll get to that. Lewis Coleman says, I disagree, man, but let me touch the like button very lightly. Hey, appreciate that, Lewis, man. What do you disagree about? Tell me what you disagree about. I'll be listening out for that comment. Lewis, okay, I say you a boogeyman is a guy who people are scared of. Spence is not. Then if that is the case, who wants to fight Spence, man? Oh, T-Bud. You're gonna say T-Bud, right? I get you. T-Bud, he the only cat, but I mean, far as the easy fights that can be made against the guys that are right there that can be made with no problem, no hesitation. Who wants to step into that water? Who? You think Manny gonna jump into that water? But that remains to be seen. But I don't see nobody running towards Errol Spence Jr. And Errol Spence Jr. declared himself the money man last night. He said, Slim, I'm the money man now. I make all the money in this division. So you would think by him declaring himself as the money man that everybody will be trying to go and make that money. But I mean, we'll see, man. Jerry Jones, I'm sure he was happy with the attendance last night. I mean, he knows what a Manny Pacquiao can do in that thing. A Manny Pacquiao and Spence would definitely pack it out. I have no doubt in my mind. Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence Jr. in AT&T, man, that thing can do super numbers. Super numbers, you know what I'm saying? Mikey was there to be hit. Mikey was there to be hit because Mikey couldn't figure it out. My deal is, what the hell did Mikey see? Mikey said he saw something. What did he see? Was Mikey fucking with that good tequila or something? Like, what did he see? Because whatever he saw, he clearly couldn't do nothing with. Like, I didn't. The only specific game plan that I seen Mikey trying to do was set himself up for a proper counterpunch. I think he figured that he can maybe get around the jab. And then as Errol Spence Jr. looked, he thought Earl was going to come to him. He thought Earl was going to take the steps forward like he does in each and every fight and come to him to go downstairs to the body. But Earl didn't do that. And Mikey didn't have a plan B. Mikey told us that whatever Earl brings to the table, I'll be ready for. He told everybody that if he wants to be aggressive, I'll be ready for that. If he wants to box, I'll be ready for that. If he wants to do this, if he wants to do that, I got it all ready, all mapped out in my brain, exactly what to do. That's what he told everybody leading to this fight. Well, we clearly seen that wasn't the case because Mikey looked like the same one trick pony each and every round. There was no adjustments. Where was the adjustments? Oh, I couldn't get my rhythm. You couldn't get your rhythm. Why couldn't you get your rhythm? Because you was fucking with them old snacks. I'm not going to take no slack off Mikey, bro. He put himself in this position to be criticized. You know, props to him for wanting to step up. But I'm questioning him. Did he want to step up for legacy or did he want to step up for the bag? We'll get to that. Silver Salamo says Porter is ducking very hard, very hard. Can't duck for so far with that bright ass green suit that he had on last night, though. Jamie Peralta says Mikey should have called out Thurman all day. I don't know if Mikey gonna stay at 4-7 though, Jamie. I don't see it, bro. I don't see him staying at 147. I believe that Mikey should go back down to 35, where he has a double. What he still has a title down at 35. I mean, that would be probably what he has to next. That's what I think. And on top of that, he still got to deal with the Regents. There's still questions about who wins the World Boxing Super Series. Maybe Mikey can get a piece of that action. He got smoked down at the lower divisions. Josh Kelly is down there, but them cats, they talking about coming to welterweight soon. So he better kick it in gear if he gonna do it. I still believe that we far away from the Lomachenko fight. Maybe that fight don't even happen, unfortunately, because I keep it real on this channel, man. And the political divide right now may be a little too wide for them to make that fight to happen. You know, I just truly don't see it. It's going to be a hard call, but Mikey got other smoke that he can deal with. He don't have to remain at 147. I didn't like his frame at 147 last night. He was way too puffy. He looked like he slowed down just a notch. He wasn't the fastest fighter to begin with, but he looked a little too puffy for me. You know what I mean? It didn't look like solid mass. And at this weight class, there is some hard hitters. You dig? There are some hard ass hitters. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. DGO says Spence says he will KO Mikey. Yeah, he said that. Maybe, you know, a lot of fighters say that, but you got to remember, you know, Spence has KO'd bigger men. I mean, dog, that don't make sense to me. Like, the dude, he didn't KO welterweights, dog. Like, he made Brook take a knee. You know what I mean? Like, he made Lamont Peterson not come off the stool. And what are we questioning? His power? Oh, because a smaller guy who was puffed up, he didn't stop him, but he stopped bigger men. That argument there is kind of backwards. You know what I mean? And that's why I say, yo, it's just fight specific. The way he fought Mikey was unlike he fought anybody else at welterweight. So, of course, he didn't get the stoppage, but he's also never fought in that manner against the other welterweights. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it let's keep it 100. He fought as an outboxer for the entire fight, something he never did to no other welterweight. So if we're going to use that comparison, ask yourself, well, when the last time I ever seen Spence fight like this before? Harold Trim says, hey, main man, did your lady watch the fight? What was her assessment? My ball and chain was impressed. Yeah, we watched it. She watched the fight with me, Mo. She cooled out with me, man. I had her up there chilling with me, man. And she just thought that, yeah, it was easy work. Easy work. A lot of folks that came over and watched the fight, that's why I had to step to the back on the post fight. A lot of people was just kind of like, honestly, about round 8, because there was a lot of casuals here with me. But about round 8, round 9, it was kind of zooting out. Like, oh, yo, hey, yo, did y'all see this? They start talking about other things. And that's the thing. You know, it was such a dominant performance from Errol Spence Jr. that people started, honestly, I stopped scoring it in my boxing group, bruh. I had my boxing, I was scoring it round by round in the boxing forum on Facebook. And I just got to about round 9 and 10. I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm wasting my time here. Why am I scoring this fight? This is a whitewash. And I see no signs of Mikey doing anything to get back into the fight. So I stopped scoring it, you know, and that's how people would start to feel. My lady was like, okay, she was paying attention to it up to about round 8 or 9. Then we all just was like, okay, this dude ain't doing nothing. I don't know what he doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting there hyping it up, trying to keep everybody engaged over here. My little crew over here. I'm trying to keep them engaged. They just like, yeah, man. All right. Okay. Whatever. Everybody just start kind of tuning out. You know what I mean? I'm the only diehard sitting up in this joint. Like, damn, you know, it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Lewis Coleman says, I think Manny and Spence at Dallas does 60,000 all day. All day. I think they do numbers off the charts, bro. That's why I'm saying, just for that aspect alone, that can do numbers. Hats off to Manny for even thinking about getting in there with the young bulls. You know what I mean? Hats off to Manny for even fighting in this era and still fighting, trying to get in there with the best of the best. You see Floyd sitting over that thing chained up, dripped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't thinking about none of y'all. I'm just here to see Jay Leon Love get his head taken off. I ain't thinking about none of y'all. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think Manny is really considering it. I'm telling you, when Manny was in that ring, and shout out to Manny Pack, because he got in the ring and Sean Porter didn't even get in the ring. It was a beautiful thing. So shout out to him, you know what I mean? But for him to get in that ring and still just step while Errol Spence Jr. was right there speaks volumes, man. This man is 40 years old. He ain't no youngster. That's what it is, bro. I respect. Harold Trim says, man, Mr. Lucky Charms and his daddy doesn't want any smoke. They will fight Birdo next, and I won't pay for it. Man, he better not, bro. He better not do the mandatory after the mandatory shit. Like, dog, he better, come on, man. It won't be no excuse. It won't be no, and Errol Spence even said his name again last night. But at this point, Sean Porter, you did the commentating on that joint. Looking like you were searching for your pot of gold last night. You sat there in the entire fight, bro, and you knew those commentators who was on the panel with you, no one challenged you and say, what's up, bro? Like, you got next? Because if a cat like me was on that panel and looking at Porter, I'd have been like, Porter, let me ask you a question. Let me say, do you got green socks on too? Okay, now that ain't the question I asked you. Let me ask you another question. Are you going to fight Errol Spence Jr. next? And I'd have put it out there straight like that, period. And you tell me why. And don't give me no mandatory talk. Because we know unification trumps mandatories. Don't talk to us like we stupid. Keep it 100. Are you going to fight this man next? No one even put it to him like that last night, bro. Real shit. I ain't paying for that either, though, man. Birdo and Porter, no, sir. They already fought Birdo, right? You already beat that man. I don't want to see that shit, man. Jamie Peralta, don't let Crawford look bad against Khan. I don't see it, bruh. I don't see it. I see Crawford downloading, processing, stopping Amir Khan. Period. I'm looking forward to that fight because I don't understand why everybody now giving Khan some sort of shot in this fight. I'm lost. I am lost, and I'm just lost on that right there. Everybody running around like, oh, well, Khan is undefeated at welterweight. Man, look, I ain't buying that. Like, this man just fought Samuel Vargas and looked terrible. Eked by a victory. And I'm supposed to believe that this dude gonna do something with the number one pound for pound fighter in boxing? Man, y'all tripping. I don't understand is there so much hate against Crawford that honestly y'all are giving Khan all of this much of a chance? Somebody tell me what's up with that. You know what I mean? Somebody tell me what's up with that. And I'm gonna tell y'all something also, man. Back to Errol Spence Jr.'s style and why everyone's saying he didn't stop Mikey. Think about this. I don't think he fights Sean Porter or Keith Thurman in the same fashion that he fought Mikey. Because other than the fact that we all know that Thurman don't like it to the body. Think about it like this. When those dudes fought other fighters, they changed that was considered hard inside fighters. They backpedaled. Meaning that when Sean Porter fought Ugas, who fights very well on the inside, he didn't want to give Ugas the chance, and he didn't want to go toe-to-toe with Ugas. So he fought on the outside, and he backpedaled a lot in that fight. Same way with Keith one time Thurman. When he fought Jotacito Lopez in his last fight, and he was getting dug into the body, what did he do? Go to the back foot. So Errol Spence Jr., you think they're going to stand right there with him? They're going to be on the back foot moving, and Earl was going to become a body snatcher against those type dudes. But as for Mikey, no. As for Mikey, who had the shorter arms, shorter reach, and was looking to stand his ground in a lot of portions of that fight, Earl stood on the outside. It's fight specific, man. It's fight specific. Lewis Coleman says, I need to, what did he say? I just missed it, homie. It's moving so fast. Sean Isaac's in the building. Oh, okay. You got to go to work. Okay. You got to go eat. All right, Lewis. Peace out to you, man. Much love to you. Wait, Brooke was already hurt. No doubt about it. But also Brooke was getting beat down, and you can't say that man power wasn't the truth, man. You just can't say it, man. Harold Trim says, man, snacks didn't help Garcia. I hope Boo Boo has a plan B going forward. Yeah, man, them snacks was stale as hell. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of snacks he was taking last night, bro. They did nothing. They did nothing for his physique. They did nothing for his punching power. They did nothing. The only thing that they did was help him maintain and stay on his feet for most of the fight. I don't know what they did, man. Sean Isaacs, what's up with you? 500 pounds better off, baby. Back the right horse big. Big ups to you on that win, Holmes. That's what it is, man. If y'all didn't won money last night, I heard you can even win some money if y'all would have bet on the fact that Mikey actually went 12 rounds. So if y'all put that money down, man, and y'all came off, hey, shout out to you, man. I ain't put no bread down on this fight because, you know, Earl was such a big, major favorite. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you want some bread, Hats off to you, Sean. Hey, yo, let me get half, homie. Lewis Coleman says Lamont was a 140-pound guy who was not on roids. Peterson got caught for roids, so he fought Earl as a shell of himself. I don't deny that. I don't deny that Peterson fought him as a shell of himself. But I'm not going to sit back and act like this man is not a boogeyman, bro. Lewis, come on, man. You know this man is if that is the case, then why isn't Porter or Thurman or Danny attempting to fight this man when they have every opportunity to do so? What? Why? Tell me the reason why. Why is it that this man can't seemingly get a fight with everybody that fights on the same network for the same advisor and the whole 9 yards if he ain't a boogeyman? And he's considered the best welterweights at the class. Right or wrong? Manny Pacquiao fought Adrian Bronner. He could have fought Errol Spence Jr. Let's see which way he chooses to go after this is over. You know what I mean? And that would even solidify it even more if Manny chooses not to fight Errol Spence Jr. One of Don Demones media, them Texas boys show out all day, bruh. All day. They showed out. And I hope that's what I said, man. I respect duck fighters. I don't have to like them and all that, be the biggest fan, but I gotta respect them. And at the end of the day, Slim, I hope the dude did win some fans last night. True, real shit. I hope out of them 47,000, I'm sure he had a nice portion of those fans. But I'm hoping, honestly, some of the Mikey fans that walked up in there left Spence fans. But that remains to be seen, man. That remains to be seen. He said he the money man now. Jamie Peralta says Thurman is sour because he wants what Spence got. They all want it, son. They all want it. They want that audience. They want that love from their fan base. But see, Thurman had it. I ain't gonna act like Thurman never had it. Thurman had that type love, and I'm still riding with Thurman. I'm not turning my back on Keith Thurman. Thurman had it. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that Thurman took them hiatuses, came back with the injuries, you dig? And it's like, people feeling some kind of way. Now I get it. It's his career, and he needs to be smart, and it's not cool to get in the ring with an injury if he really injured. But it made his momentum die out. I still consider Thurman the number one welterweight. That ain't going to change. Just because Errol Spence Jr. beat up on Lil Mike, that doesn't change the fact that he still has not outdone Keith one time Thurman, boogeyman or not. You dig? That didn't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? DGO says this mismatch fight was definitely for the bag. Spence duck Crawford and Mikey duck Loma. This fight did nothing for both fighters, but to tell us that they are overrated. Oh, shit. A lot of truth in what you just said, DGO. I don't know about the overrated part, but other than that, a lot of truth in what you just said. This was a kind of a mismatch, and we got sold a bad. They put lipstick on the pig with this one, son. We got sold a bag of rocks, you know, because it was a one-sided domination. But I don't blame Errol Spence Jr. for that. Earl was just doing exactly what he was supposed to do, and that was destroy this little dude who think he in my league, and you know he want to step in this ring with me. He called me out. He was the biggest star. He's a 4-time champion. So guess what? You calling me out, cuz I'm minding my business. So since you want to jump in here, Jerry gonna let us fight up in the AT&T. We gonna pack 47,000 in there. Why the fuck not? You know why not? It makes sense to me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Thurman gonna beat. Lewis Coleman says, "Hey yo, Jamie, Thurman gonna beat Spence. Bet that bread." Hey, man, when we get to that, man, I can't wait, man. I'm going to tell you, though, out of all welterweights, in my opinion, Thurman got the best chance. Thurman, to me, has the best chance. That's over Manny. That's over Sean. Some may say Ugas got a chance, man, after we seen the way Ugas was fighting Porter. And I thought Ugas beat Porter. Some may say Ugas got a good chance. I like to see that fight, son. I would love to see a Ugas versus Errol Spence Jr. I don't know, son. I don't know, man. Renee Box Young, what's up, man? What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Last of a dime, breathe. What's up, fam? While Mikey kept raising his hands like he was winning. Them rounds, them snacks, and them hits had him delusional. Yeah, man. See, that's what happens when you take stale snacks. You know, you actually think you're winning up on the cards and you're doing something. Your face is all mocked up. You look like you had a zillion bee stings all over your face. You did, and yet you think you won in this fight. Dog, every judge gave Errol Spence Jr. 120 points for this fight. That's like every round. You know what I'm saying? You ain't win nothing, bro. Stop fucking with Victor Conti, man. You know what I mean? Because I didn't see any benefit last night whatsoever. Maybe it helps him down at 35. Maybe it helps him down at 40. But it damn sure didn't do nothing for him at 147. The question is, though, is Errol Spence Jr. the money man now? He says he is the money man. He is rocked out. He packed out the house. I know a lot of people going to say, well, it was a lot of Mexicans in there, man. A lot of Mikey fans in there. Granted, that's a Mexican state. You know, a lot of Mexicans live in that state. Granted, you know, but let's not act like Earl didn't have a hand in packing that thing out too. Earl says he is the money man. I think the only way you're going to solidify that is we see what the pay-per-view numbers are going to say. I'm guesstimating, and this is just a guesstimate. I have no idea. I say 300. If he do anything between 300 and 500,000, I consider it a success. I think it's a success. Ray Bans, what's up with you? Ray Bans says, I want to see. He says, hold on. Ray Bans says, I want to see Sean Porter versus Manny. Sean Porter versus Manny? Shit, that'd be action packed. Oh, you want to see a banging fight? You want to see a fight there's a lot of action in, huh, man? I ain't mad at you, man. Shout out to you too, Renee Box. Appreciate that. Shout out to you all day. Yeah, Ray Bans want to see some action. You want wait for your $75. You want to see some banging going on because a Porter versus Manny Pacman fight. I'm expecting straight up fireworks. The question though is, and I did a poll on this earlier. For y'all who missed it, I did it. I dropped it on YouTube. I dropped a poll and I asked who should get the Manny Pacquiao fight between all the welterweights. But let's just say by a major margin. I'm talking major. I'm gonna check the numbers right now. By a major margin, Errol Spence Jr. won by a mile. I'm talking about last time I checked, Errol Spence Jr. had clocked like over 62% of the vote. So, you know what I mean? So if y'all feel that way, then I'm about to check right now. I asked this exact question on YouTube, and according to the latest poll numbers, okay, yeah. And this is after 71 votes thus far. Everyone said that Errol Spence Jr. should get the Manny Pacquiao fight next. We're talking 61% of everybody who voted. Came in second was Turnbull Crawford. Third was Keith Thurman. Fourth was Danny Garcia. And Sean Porter actually eked out 1%. Can y'all believe that shit? 1% of the vote. So clearly by a mile, all the fight fans are saying that they want to see Errol Spence Jr. get that fight. Wow. Y'all feel like he deserves it more than the rest of them, right? Wendell Vaughn, what's up with you? What's up with you? What's going on, man? What's up with you, man? Appreciate you for joining me, bro. Harold Trim says, man, the only fighter that makes money for TMT is Floyd. J Love is a finger down the throat to make you sleep well before bed after 3 hours of drinking. Damn, you're basically calling that man a bottle of NyQuil. God damn, boy. Yeah, Jay Leon need to give it up, man. Jay Leon need to give it up. One too many punches to the head. Looked like he's still dealing with some sort of mental issues. I listened to his interview that he did with Radio Raheem, and I gotta say, man, you know, he had some good points. He came from nothing. He achieved the reach his dreams and just fell short. Just not that good. He was one of them TMT bombs. You know what I mean? Sonya Dumas, what's up? Sonya Dumas in the building. What's up with you? Yeah, I'm from DC. Wonder Monez Media. Yeah, I'm from DC all day, born and raised. Sonya Dumas says, could have said no machi, no thank you. I'm trying to breed great also. I'm tired. I'm going to move up to 160 where I belong and to fight the great still. Who you talking about, Sonya? I don't know who you're talking about. And then after Earl, you says, yo, I don't know who you're talking about right there, Sonya. And then after Earl beats up on a small little Mikey, oh, you talking about Earl should go up to 160. Then after Earl beats up on a small little Mikey, he has the audacity to call out an old small little ass Manny Pacquiao instead of saying, I'm leaving them well tolerated moving up. I mean, look, man, everybody wants Manny. You dig? Everybody wants Manny. And it ain't because that, oh, Manny is, it's going to do this. We all know what it's about. It's about the money. It's about the recognition that comes with fighting Senator Manny Pacquiao. No, at the end of the day, love or hate Manny, say he an old man, say whatever you want. The main influence is still huge. And these fighters want to profit off that, or they want to try to use that to their advantage. And also, it's a good legacy point when your career is done to say, I beat Manny Pacquiao. Now, I'm shocked that the numbers came in as much as they did, though, for Errol Spence Jr. Y'all telling me that Keith Thurman, who unified the division, he don't deserve it more than Earl? I ain't mad at y'all votes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just a little shocked by that, man. Real talk, man. Uga Baldi says no welterweight fights fights like Thurman. When he is at the top of his game, he fights in all aspects. He has flaws, yes, but he is a very intelligent boxer all day, all day. And this is the reason why I say that I believe today that Keith Thurman is the one fighter at welterweight that gives Errol the most problems. I think Errol, honestly, man, everybody says, well, Sean Porter is stronger. I don't think Sean Porter comes in and fights Errol like we normally see Porter fights. Because look what we just saw against Porter in Ugas, where he didn't even want to tussle with Ugas. You think he's going to want to tussle with Errol? This is the reason I think that Sean Porter will become a boxer all of a sudden against Errol Spence Jr. And Errol will take advantage of that shit. Now, as for Danny might got to, we don't give Danny enough. I like to clown Danny because he took them L's and, Danny be wearing pink suits all over Instagram. He's pink suit Danny right now. I get it. But at the end of the day, Danny's style as a counterpuncher, a strong puncher at that. I like to see how that clashes with Earl's style. But it ain't like Earl ain't want that smoke. Earl been calling him out. What can you do? Sonya Dumont says, well, if Spence could knock out Mikey and he tried from the 4th to the 12th round, he said, how is he going to knock out any of the other welterweights? He exposed himself. I mean, like I said, bro, it just don't make no sense when people bringing it up to me that, oh, well, he couldn't stop Mikey, but he's already stopped bigger men. He's already stopped bigger men. Hit the like button for me, y'all. Hit the like button for the homie. But he's already stopped bigger men. That argument to me makes no sense. It's not like he couldn't, but like Sonya, I don't think you was in here when I asked this question. Give me another welterweight that he fought in this fashion against. He's never fought another welterweight that I can think of in recent memory that he became a outboxer. I haven't seen him fight not one welterweight in that fashion. He's always tried to walk him down, go to the body, hit him with hard shots. He didn't do that last night. Maybe if he would have fought in that fashion, then guess what? Maybe you would have seen a stoppage. But he chose not to gamble that. He chose to stay on the outside, and not to mention prove that this is like the damn if you do, damn if you don't situation right here. And this is what Earl and his people was talking about. Damn if I do. Y'all tell me I can't box. You tell me my boxing skills. I don't have boxing skills. Then I show you boxing skills. Oh, now you're wondering why I didn't stop him. This is a catch-22 that Earl was in. And this is not cool, man. Y'all can't be on one hand criticizing the fact that he can't box. He's never showed other levels to his game. He's never showed the different dimensions to his game. And then when he show you the dimensions or another aspect of what he can bring to the ring, you somehow why he ain't stopped the man. That don't make sense to me. That's just like cherry picking on some cherry picking bullshit, man. For real. Like lit up in the building. What's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? Fool of Sports says Errol Spence gave him a boxing lesson, special effects included all day. Not to mention he put a bunch of red marks all over Mikey's little face. All over his little face. Little Mike, go on back down there, little Mike. Little Mike, go down there to defend your title and try to get the Lomachenko fight, homie. Little Mike, that's what you need to do. And Manny Pacquiao, you better not call out Mikey Garcia. I ain't trying to see that right now. I'm just not. I'm being 100. I ain't trying to. People might say, "Oh, that's a cool fight." No. Manny, you need to be trying to mix it up with Earl if you want to. If you want to get in Texas Stadium, all roads in Texas go back to Spence right now. You want to get in AT&T Stadium, Manny? The road's going back through Earl. Period. We don't want to see you bringing somebody else from another state and just to fight in AT&T. No. All roads go through Earl. It wouldn't even look right for Manny Pacquiao to say, I want to fight Danny Garcia in AT&T Stadium, knowing that Errol Spence Jr. is sitting at the top of the hill in that state. It wouldn't look right, son. It wouldn't even look right, man. You say I sound like I'm from, I'm from DC all day. You from London? Big ups to London, man. Big ups to London, man. I spent some time in the UK, man, all day. Love London, man. Loved every second I was there, man. Shout out to London. Sonya Dumont says, because they don't think he can beat anybody that's his own size or bigger. They scared. Well, if that's the case, if they don't think he can beat anybody his own size, why don't they get in the ring with him? Y'all can't speak for these boxers. You can't speak for Keith Thurman or Sean or Danny. You can't speak for them. They gotta say you why they not getting in the ring with him. And the crap that they put out there ain't measuring up with the fans. Hell nah. 92 AKU, what's up with you? J Love is famous because he is with TMT, not because he beat someone or was in a good fight all day. I agree with you 100%. Floyd has opened numerous doors for Jay Leon Love. A whole bunch of doors. Jay Leon Love ain't had no place on that card last night. Like, it didn't in the co-main event, for real? For real? After you done got outboxed, everybody done beat up on Jay Leon Love, man, at this point. I don't want to knock him. Like I said, I think he a cool cat. Listening to him talk, he don't trash nobody, none of that shit. But that's Jay Leon Love's problem. He too buddy with other fighters. That was always his number one problem. He was always too buddy with these fighters. And I'm good regardless, because my homie Big Floyd, he got me anyway. We tight. It's like he always approached fights from that manner. Never as a killer, never as a hungry, starving fighter. I never seen that in Jay Leon Love. I just never seen it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. Spence, what you say, Sonya Spence disrespected Canelo Alvarez, saying that he was a cash cow, the face of boxing now. From now, how the fuck can it be when it's Canelo Alvarez? He was saying he was the money man. I don't know if he said he was the cash cow. He said he was the money man. And he's talking about in that division. He's talking about amongst welterweights. He is the money man. Thurman ain't the money man. You seen Sean Porter. He said he couldn't sell out a family dinner, right? Look at that. Sean Porter couldn't sell out a lemonade stand right now. You know what I mean? So he's looking at himself amongst everybody and saying that he is the money man. I think it'll be a serious argument between him and Pacquiao. I still think Pacquiao is the money man. But at the end of the day, he sees himself of the numbers he put up. We waiting on here the pay-per-view numbers. If they come back big, he really gonna think he the money man. I mean, look, man, I ain't saying Spence ain't feeling himself a little bit, because he did say think he'd be number one pound for pound and all that other jazz. He's supposed to speak big of himself because ain't nobody giving the man a shot. Look at the criticism y'all giving this dude. I got my criticisms of Earl, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to even sit back and say, he looked bad because he didn't stop Lil Mike. Nah, bruh. He put on a boxing clinic, something y'all said he couldn't do. Give him his respect and say, damn, that dude turned into the technician last night. He's technical Spence now. He's not come forward, drop you, Spence. He's technical Spence. Give him his credit. Like, lit up. What's up? He says, Mikey is a tough fighter, and that's why he hung in there. The fact that Mikey didn't get KO'd says less about Spence and more about the greatness of Mikey in his heart. All day. All day. I agree with that 100%. Mikey showed a lot of grit in it. He took a lot of leather. And even Robbie Garcia was on the verge of stopping that fight. They were questioning Mikey in that corner, like, you sure? Mikey, like, no, give me another round. Even his family was in the corner, like, shh. It was a one-sided beatdown, bro. A one-sided beatdown. I ain't never seen so much criticism for somebody having a one-sided beatdown in my whole, man, I'm telling y'all, man. A 92 AKU says, who said he can't box? Did you watch the Brook fight? Man, that was his criticism, 92. They were saying that he couldn't box. He's just this come forward fighter with no head movement. That's it. He's bigger than his opponents and he's steamrolling them. That's what a lot of folks were saying, calling him a weight bully. All of these type of criticisms. And then he shows you, well, let me show you another aspect of my game. I'm not even saying that he even couldn't have fought Mikey in that traditional way that he always fought. He probably could have. But why risk it when this cat has a 4-inch less reach advantage over me? I got 3 inches in height over him. I'm going to give him one dimension right here. Boom. Put this jab on him. If he can't adjust, or if he can't do nothing about this, I'm not going to stop because he can't do nothing about it. That don't make sense. It's called, I'm about to win this fight and I'm going to do it easy work. That's what that sounds to me. Why ain't nobody criticizing the fact that Mikey Garcia had no plan B? I'm waiting to hear somebody ask that question. Mikey Garcia didn't have a plan B. Anybody got anything to say about that? Nothing. He told us he would be ready for everything. Well, where was the ready for everything? I ain't seen one comment of y'all asking that question yet, man. Real talk. Thurman is a very intelligent fighter, hands down. Yeah, no doubt about it. He gives to me Spence the best go. The best go. Word of the day says not related to boxing. What'd you say? You must have said something earlier. What's the name of the DC music? What is the name of the DC music that is native to DC? Go-Go. It's called Go-Go. All day. Look it up. Go-Go, bro. Go-Go music. You'll love it, man. Ride to it sometime, bro. You'll be bobbing your head, partying your ass off. We gets down. Go-Go is from DC, born and originated here in DC. You know what I'm saying? With the Godfather's soul, Mr. Chuck Brown, may he rest in peace. It started with him. Let's see. Light lit up says, okay, I already read that one. Harold Trim says, damn, y'all coming in fast today. Yeah, word of the day, go. Harold Trim says, man, your thoughts of Oscar begging for Spence. Man, yeah, it ain't gonna happen, man. Oscar need to stop making himself look like a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen. Dog, look what's the numbers that Spence just did without Oscar. Look at what Spence is doing without Oscar. I know Oscar may say, well, yeah, you can fight more. Who will he fight, Oscar? Riddle me that. Who will he fight? Who do you got over at Golden Boy for Errol Spence Jr. to fight? Canelo? You're going to promise him the Canelo fight, right? Canelo going to come all the way down from 160 pounds to meet Errol Spence Jr. somewhere, right? That's what you're going to promise him and never give him the fight. Oscar, you got nothing to offer, cousin. You got nothing to offer. The man just did a fight on pay-per-view in front of 47,000 in AT&T Stadium. Got the big homie Jerry Jones messing with him, the whole nine, and that's before Oscar. So what you got to offer, Oscar? You ain't got shit to offer, bruh. You ain't got shit to offer, man. 92 says, yo, Spence did go for the KO from the 8th to the 12th. He was throwing fire. He was throwing some harder shots. I think he closed the gap a lot better towards those rounds. Like, we didn't see him honestly stand on the outside nearly as much because at that point, he didn't wore Mikey down from so many jabs and straight left hands. Then he was also starting to jab him to the stomach a lot more. It was becoming much more easy. And if they may have had 1 or 2 rounds, who knows? But he didn't start that fight off in this traditional way. Double, triple jab, then going downstairs, boom, boom, boom. Imagine if he would have started that about rounds 3, rounds 4. But then it would have gave Mikey an opportunity to sneak in left hand counters, left hook counters. It would have gave Mikey an opportunity to do pull counters. It would have gave Mikey an opportunity to start to try to reset Errol. And Errol just did not want to give him those opportunities. And I ain't mad at him. I'm just worried about the fact that, yo, at the end of the day, why the hell didn't Mikey Garcia have a plan B? I don't understand that. Man, what did the casual fans of boxing at your place think about the fight? Man, they thought it was boring, bro. It was good. They was highly engaged about rounds 9. I thought Spence was about to get him out of there in round 9 too, by the way. But I thought they was highly engaged to it round 9. After that point, man, they start talking about everything else. I'm looking around my living room, everybody in that joint like, yeah, man. So they just looking at everybody just chopping it up. I'm the only cat that's highly engaged at the fight. Like, damn. $75 and ain't nobody looking and shit. Like, what the hell, son? You know what I mean? Real, man. So, yo, a lot of them tuned out after a certain time. I mean, yo, I'm a diehard. I can't miss a punch. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the edge of my seat after every punch, but no one else was, man. And that's just being real. And everybody sitting in that thing like, yeah, like they talking, like Oscar talking, man. Oh, we want to see Spence fight Canelo. Man, why Spence can't fight Canelo? I'm listening to him like, what? Yo, man, it's too deep to explain. You know what I mean? Jay Gutter says DGO a troll in the clown. Damn. Harold Trim, man. Oh, I already read that one. 92 AKU. Mikey's stomach hella sore right now. Hell yeah. That 1.5 ab is hurting. That 1.5 ab from Mikey is hurting right now, man. Should have got the good snacks, homie. Should have got the good snacks. Wendell Vaughn says Mikey couldn't handle those body shots. Nah, man. And I'm telling you, from like y'all said, from round 9 to 12, I know, man, Robert was like, it's time for me to toss this towel. This is becoming brutal. Mikey stood on his feet, but it was brutal, bro. Mikey couldn't land. I mean, he was outlanded. I don't have the actual CompuBox stats in front of me right now, but Mikey was outlanded by a mile, man. It was kind of messed up, bro. I mean, by a mile, you know what I mean? Spencer Canelo, nah, man. Oh, man, Ugo Baldi, I appreciate that $5 donation. Much love to you, man. Big ups, man. Ain't been here for a few, but we showing love. Spence has a ways to go. Canelo fought Smith and had 51,000. Joshua does 80 to 90,000 in the stadium all day. I appreciate that love, man. Yeah, Spence has a way. This was his first crack at it. You know what I mean? This was his first crack at it, and actually, this is the first time in a long time, other than the Kell Brook fight that happened over in Sheffield. You know, this is the first time he had a dance partner that could probably have a good enough fan base. So, you know, the thing about with AJ and with Canelo, they get dance partners that can help them add to them numbers. As for Earl, he can't get these cats in the ring for nothing. You dig? It's like this is the first time since Brooke. And Brooke's fan base was it wasn't huge, you know what I mean? It was an I-8 size. And the fact that it went down in Brooke's hometown. But at the end of the day, like, who has Earl really been in there with that actually can bring something to the table like he can? And he's still a young bud and fighter himself. So, you know, props to you, though, man. I much love to you for that, man, all day. Oh, you know what, Sean Isaacs, thank you for that. Frampton just signed the top rank, thought he might retire after the way warranted touch him. Yeah, I meant to bring that up at the beginning of the stream. News had broke over the weekend that Carl Frampton career will continue. And he will be now fighting with Top Rank over on ESPN through his deal that he made with MTK Global. The good news about this for me is that the fact that takes the Leo Santa Cruz fight off the damn table. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? It takes the Leo Santa Cruz trilogy off the table. Now, Leo Santa Cruz can have one less person he can bring up before he faces my main man, Gary Russell Jr. So I'm cool with that. They're trying to probably groom him up to go over there and fight Oscar Valdez. Whatever, man. I'm good with that. Leo Santa Cruz, you cannot bring up the name Carl Frampton right now because he's on the other side of the street. Think about Gary Russell Jr. all day. Appreciate that, Sean. Jay Gutter says, crazy when black fighters beat Mexican fighters. All of these excuses come up all day. All day, man. That's why I say, Earl, damn if he do and damn if he don't right now, man. He can't. If he outbox you, he wrong. You know what I mean? If he destroys you, oh, he's a weight bully. He's just a come forward fighter. He ain't got much to his game. It's like, shh, man, god damn, that shit getting terrible, man. Oh, that's just terrible, man. But I ain't seeing nobody talking about what the hell was Mikey Garcia's plan B. 92 AKU says Charlo. Charlo who? Soldier Boy voice. Oh, Charlo, Soldier Boy voice. Hey, I seen both. Hey, Jamel Charlo emerged last night. It's good to know that Jamel Charlo is safe and sound. It's good to know that Jamel Charlo is still alive. It's good to know that Jamel Charlo is still breathing. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Listening to him talk on that panel last night, still seems a little salty. Still seems a little salty. You know what I mean? Hey, get it out of you, bruh. Get it out of you because he's talking about the rematch is coming this summer. Don't do it, man. Don't approach this fight with that same mindset that you approached that first Tony Harrison fight. Jamel was in that thing like, yeah, man, we all know it was a robbery. And he was a little salty. He was a little more than salt. Just watching him, my blood pressure was going through the roof. But it was good to see that he is alive. He's still breathing. You know, he's not committed to no kind of hospital or nothing like that. And he doesn't have a straitjacket on or nothing. It is good to see that Jamel Charlo. And he actually called out the name Jarrett Swift Hurd. Jarrett Swift Hurd had to laugh at that. I'm sure. Bro, you got work. You got work to do before you even think about talking my name. Don't speak my name right now. Speak my name when you get through your next fight. Get your belt back first and then come holler at Jarrett Swift Hurd. Right now, you're not an attractive fighter. You're just not. You have nothing to offer, Jamel. You have nothing. You are no offer, Jamel, right now. You know what I'm saying? So, no, man. You know what I mean? Go find your little line hoodie. You know what I mean? And wear that on back to the fight. And you go get the Harrison fight out the way. And then you come speak of the name Jarrett Swift Hurd. Until then, keep my name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? All day. All day. Jay Gutter 34 says, you can be a fan of both fighters and not steer the opinion to race. Just pick who you think is the best fighter all day. Man, great comment right there. That might be the comment of the day, man. All day, Jay Gutter. Real talk, man. All day. Fool of Sports says Spence don't need to fight Canelo, bro. Nah, at all. Not at all. He got enough smoke at the welterweight division. What are he going to do that for? And that's why I say, what does Oscar got to offer for real? Oscar ain't got nothing to offer. He wants to fight Spence. We've been seeing him on social media even before last night. Oh, when the next time are you fighting? When the next time are you fighting? I can give you a Canelo fight. Man, Spence see that bullshit a mile away. But I see it a mile away. You ain't going to put that carrot in front of me, in front of the horse, and think you're going to get me and lock me in for the next 6-7 fights. I don't need you as a promoter. All right, you ain't even the best promoter out here no more. Everybody's kind of out promoting Oscar. Without Canelo, there is no Oscar. So let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like, who you got? Who you got? Everybody out, Eddie out here outworking you right now, son. Eddie got the whole middleweight. You got the cash cow, don't get me wrong. But Eddie got everybody else. Eddie got AJ. Like, we don't even see you like that no more, Oscar. It's like you only promoting to one demographic of fans. One demographic of fans. I got my criticisms of Eddie Hearn. Don't get me wrong. But at least Eddie is trying his best to promote to everybody. You know, you, on the other hand, want to promote strictly to your Mexican fan base. You know what I'm saying? So what the hell you got to offer, man? You don't need to be getting down with no Oscar, man. Think about no Oscar. Uga Baldi says that's why Thurman would be a bigger draw with Pacquiao than Spence. Thurman has had more exposure on national TV and with all the PBC events. Good point, Uga Baldi. Only thing I would say to that is that you 100% right, but Thurman doesn't have his home. Like Thurman doesn't have his state. Whereas for Earl has Texas. Earl has Texas love. You dig? And not to mention, Earl is like the hottest name amongst even the casuals and a lot of a lot of other fight fans. Like Earl has his home state. Texas is huge. You dig? Thurman doesn't got Florida. He just don't. I mean, right now Thurman's momentum has died. You know, it's kind of whittled down a little bit. I'm not saying Thurman can't pack a house out because he's such a good fighter. But as far as where the hearts and the minds are right now, man, bro, this shit with Earl right now, son. And I'm a Thurman fan. You dig? I got to keep it a buck with you. Earl got Texas, bro. He got Texas on his back. You dig? And that's something that Thurman can only wish for. It's the same way that you say with AJ and all the other cats you mentioned. Like they have where they're from riding with them. I mean, riding. Everything is disconnected right now. I'm gonna wait till everything kind of connects back up. Okay, we back. Sorry about that, fight fans. There's something going on with YouTube. As always, we always having problems. And Senior X is in the building. What's up with you? Wayne Jr. in the building too, man. What's up with you? I see all the people riding through. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Food of Sports says Earl. Hold on, I'm gonna go back up some because we had a little bit of technical difficulty. So we're gonna see what it is. All right, Troy Soria says Canelo needs to fight Andrade, whom he's been ducking for over 6 years now. Facts. I agree. Straight up facts. Let me just check something real quick. I just want to make sure that our audio is good. All right, we back. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts, my G. Facts. You said it perfectly. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, dog, Andrade has been wanting that fight since forever, you know. And then at the end of the day, you know, with the Andrade situation, like you think about it, it has to go. At this point, Canelo got to come and see him. If he beats Daniel Jacobs, Andrade got the last remaining piece, man. And so it has to do it, man. Okay, yeah, we all good, y'all. We back. Yeah, we back. Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's right. Jamel, shut up. Oh, and seeing you all day, man. Wendell Vaughn says, main man, Joshua versus Miller. You know what, y'all? That's one fight I ain't been really talking up much. True, real talk. And Wendell, thank you for that, man. We will be engaging with that fight this week. Expect a lot of vids, expect some good vids, and we will, on the next live stream, really engage much with that fight. I been overlooking it until we got a little closer to the fight date. But should be an exciting fight to watch. Anthony Joshua splashing to the American into America, you know, trying to get his name up here. I thought he couldn't have not have chosen a better opponent than a walking, talking billboard machine and their Big Baby Miller. I think Big Baby gonna get stopped. I think a right hand straight down the pike. I think Big Baby is gonna try to make up some real estate and get next to AJ, like he likes to do with a lot of his opponents. Lay on him, put his weight on him, and he gonna eat so many shots trying to make it to the inside, homie. That's how I feel. Jay Gutter 34 says, I've seen people talking about Benavidez versus Crawford too. Benavidez with 2 good knees is interesting. I don't know if I want to see that. I mean, it was a close fight. It was a close fight. Don't get me wrong. Benavidez, and it does make me wonder how would that fight play out, because Benavidez was having success against Crawford when he was letting his hands go. And a lot of people knew, and Crawford started to use his movement to gain the edge in that fight, which Benavidez could not do. So you make a good point. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess if he can't get the other side to cooperate, I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, but I think he stopped this dude, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be mad at it to see him with 2 good knees. You might got a good point, man. You might got a real good point. You might got a real good point. Let's see. Spatula De La Hoya. Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead. They'll tell you, man, go play with some spatulas, man, and keep Errol Spence Jr. name out his mouth, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Sean Isaac says, I have to admit, it's fun to see it's fun to see Charles Martin keep climbing back up that ladder and walk this earth like a god. Hashtag demigod. The demigod known as Charles Martin. Yeah, man. I agree. Charles Martin. That's why I was talking earlier. I led the stream off with that. You must have got in a little late, but that's exactly what I was saying. It's good to see Charles Martin stay in the win column, because fighters like a Joe Joyce, fighters like a Adam Kaunaki, fighters like a F.A. Ajagba, he will be really good tests for these type fighters. I'm sorry, Kaunaki's already beat him, but F.A. Ajagba, Joe Joyce, these fighters will be good measures for them if they want to get to the next level of elite heavyweight. Going through a Charles Martin or a Chris Arreola, like he won last night too, that would be good for them to see if they are the real deal also. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that, man. It's good to see Charles. He did his thing last night, and he been fighting like he got his head straight now. But listen to his interviews. He's always been a dude who ain't talk much. He just has the statement heard around the boxing world, around the boxing culture. I walk this earth like a god. We're going to always remember that one line. You know what I'm saying? But he's been actually fighting like he got his head back on together, man. Real talk. Jay Gutter says Pac-Man versus Spence will do numbers. Pac is still a huge draw. All day. 60,000 easy. 60,000 easy up in AT&T. It would do mega numbers. But like I asked y'all, man, like, is Pacquiao really interested in fighting Spence more so than he's just interested in fighting in the AT&T? Because he looked in and he's saying, okay, no, this is the venue to fight at. I've been fighting in Vegas and all of these other places. He's already fought there once before, 51,000. I think that was Joshua Clottey, right? When he fought Joshua Clottey. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. When he did that fight, y'all don't remember that was actually supposed to be the site of him and Mayweather. Negotiations had broke down between him and Mayweather at the last minute, and they had to replace him with Joshua Clottey. That's how him and Clottey came about. And that's why it was in such a big stadium, because that was supposed to be Pacquiao and Mayweather that fought in there. But however, Mayweather did not want to go through with the deal, and so they had to toss Joshua Clottey in there at the last second. Just a boxing fun fact. Canelo, let's see, 892 AKU says Canelo just for Mexicans. Nah, I ain't that dude. I ain't, and that dude is much watch. No, it's not. I'm not saying that Canelo is just for Mexicans. I'm saying that Oscar, when he promotes, like he wants Errol Spence Jr. And I'm telling you, when Oscar does his promotions, all he mainly does his promotions geared towards the Mexican fan base. That is the biggest fan base of Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez is Golden Boy Promotions. And when you look at it, like you don't see, it's always geared towards the Mexican fan base. That's why they do press conferences in Mexico consistently. I mean, how is he? I mean, who does he have for Errol Spence Jr. to fight? What welterweights do Golden Boy got? I don't recall any welterweights worth mentioning Golden Boy got under the stable. He gonna say, well, you can fight Canelo. That means that Earl will have to leave 4'7", maybe go up at a catch weight of what, 55, 56. Why would he do that? That don't make sense. Then sign his fate over to a promoter, which he promotes himself right now. And then on top of that, he's free to do whatever he wants. And he got smoked where he at. It just doesn't make, it just wouldn't be a good deal, man. Just wouldn't be a good deal in my opinion. Just wouldn't be a good deal in my opinion. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, the comments are back rolling back in now, man. YouTube been on some other stuff lately, man. Legendary Boxer, what's up with you? Legendary Boxer says Spence exposed all so-called boxing experts all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. I agree with that 100%, Mo. He exposed them all, including some of the greats. the Sugar Rays and everybody who said he couldn't do this and he couldn't do that. You damn right he exposed him, bro. He showed another dimension to his game. Real talk, real talk. 892 AKU say Charles Martin is the worst heavyweight champion of all time. Yeah, but he walks this earth like a god. Legendary Boxer says that man, why you think Manny flew all the way and sat front row, bro? Al Heyman sent the jet. He is trying to build Spence into a superstar. And this is the reason, you know, technically, if you say to yourself, Keith Thurman is the one that put the work in, he was unified, he beat the number one and number two guy at the weight, he deserves it. It's a hard point to argue against. But then when you think of Errol Spence Jr., who they are attempting to groom into a star, I agree with that, legendary boxer. Most importantly, he has been doing everything the right way, saying, look, I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. I want to fight that guy. They don't want to fight him. Not to mention he has the total momentum of the fans right now. He got Texas riding with him. So y'all may say, and judging by the poll that I put on YouTube earlier, 62%, y'all say Errol Spence Jr. should get the Manny fight. And what the Manny fight would do for Errol Spence Jr. would easily catapult him into superstar heaven. So, I mean, it's a hard argument to make. And with Thurman, he has put the work in. And that's why it's like, but is Thurman a superstar? At one time he was. One time was. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. Yeah, that's Bob Arum's version. Yeah, man. Real talk. Word of the day says Sugar Ray Leonard exposed. Boxer can be unpredictable. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You don't know, man. And that's why I say a lot of people got exposed. And even the people that say that Earl was going to win, like myself, I didn't even call it like this, man. I didn't even call it like this. It made all of us sit back and go, oh, shit. That's why I'm impressed with last night's victory. It's not so much, yeah, man, I had a couple cats, man, he beat on the 135-pound fighter. He ain't beating them. Man, it was this. He was at one side. He's supposed to did that. It's not the point. The point is you said he couldn't fight in this manner. That's what you tell him. And he showed us he could. It was a smart-ass game plan. See, some trainers like Derrick James, like what Kenny Porter did with Sean, they look to come in unpredictable, if you will. You know, and that's one of the things that throws fighters like Danny Garcia off. You become unpredictable. Don't be the guy that you think I'm going to be. And then if you can't beat the guy that you don't think I'm not going to beat, then I'm going to stay right here. They thought Earl was going to come forward. They thought Earl was going to go to the body, and he didn't. It was smart, and he got a dominating victory. It was smart, man. It was very smart. Very smart. Very smart. You know what I mean? Legendary Boxer says, Sean Isaac says, a lot of talk of Usyk's heavyweight debut being against Carlos Takam in the UK at the moment. I like that fight. I like that fight too. He got to take his, I mean, look, I ain't mad if Usyk's one come up and take it light. I ain't mad if Usyk's one come up and not immediately jump in there with the creme de la creme of the heavyweight division. You did. I hope Usyk can come on over here to America and get some fights and get some smoke, man. Usyk versus Adam Kalnaki, Usyk versus like the Joe Joyces of the world. I like to see those fights. It's going to be interesting to see how Usyk conforms to the heavyweight division, man. Will he be as dominant in this division as he was in the previous one? It remains to be seen. Legendary Boxer says, did you see what Spence said to George Foreman on Twitter? He called him out all day. All day. That's what I'm talking about. Spence shutting everybody up right now. And he should, man. He should. He should. Because now what is people going to say now? You can't say he ain't trying to fight nobody. You can't say he can't box. What's next? The only other remaining question from Earl, and it's not his fault he was never put in this position, is how does he survive if he needs to go into survival mode? That is the only probably remaining question that you should have about Errol Spence Jr. because you clearly see he can box. But I also would still like to see him do that same boxing style against an elite welterweight boxer. Will he? But he don't have to. I mean, that's just stupid to add. He don't really have to. I mean, I don't expect him to get in there with Keith Thurman or Terrence Crawford and try to box them. I expect for him to be the typical Errol Spence Jr. It's fight specific, man. What works for this fight doesn't work for the next fight. But what he did show you is that I can do that if I need to. Period. Period. Legendary Boxer says that Sean Isaac's yard skills are limited. What you say? Oh, also Anthony Yard versus Kovalev in the works. Yeah, we talked about that last one, man. I'm glad to see y'all stepping up. I am dying to see this, y'all. This is y'all's moment to catapult him to the next level. This is what he's been beating up the skippity bum of the light heavyweight division. This is it. And if y'all can get rid of Kovalev with ease, then we may be even talking about Yard versus Bivol. That's when things gonna really start getting interesting. That would be interesting. But I'm ready to see what Yard is made of. He got it all. This is his opportunity, man. He got good. I think he has a good pedigree. Only thing is, I think his defense can use a little bit more tighten up. And Kovalev, I believe, will push him and see what he really made of. So I'm glad that the WBO ordered that fight. Real talk, because now no politics can't get involved with it or whatever or prevent it. But it's all going down on the same network. They all over there on ESPN. So that's what's up. Legendary boxer, as Sean Isaac's yard skills are limited. That's why he had to be protected for a reason. If they stepped him up, he would have been KO'd like Victor Ortiz. Well, you know, y'all didn't have much of an amateur background. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know how when fighters, they ain't got deep amateur backgrounds, you can't just throw them up in that thing with the wolves. Y'all definitely needed to be groomed. I'm just thinking he at a point now where he's fighting these tomato cans that he's clearly levels above, and I don't think it's doing nothing for his skills. I don't think it's sharpening his skills in any sort of way by keep beating these fighters that he can easily get through. I don't think it does nothing. Fool of Sports says Errol Spence Jr. will stop Crawford. Woo! I don't know, man. I mean, yo, bro, it's a hard call, man. And you may be trying to use that David Benavidez. I mean, not David Benavidez. You may be trying to use that Jose Benavidez fight and say if Benavidez can put gloves on Crawford the way he did with one leg, imagine what Spence would do. All I can tell you is the word of the day, homie. Fight specific. I don't know if Crawford, but you seen Crawford made adjustments during that fight. Crawford has the ability to make adjustments during the fight. We've seen it time and time again. Crawford has the boxing IQ to fight differently at different points of the fight. We don't know what these different looks would do to an Errol Spence Jr. Errol is a southpaw. Well, Crawford can go southpaw and make it even a difficult fight. Like, you don't know. Crawford brings so many elements to a fight where you can't say that for sure. We do know Crawford got a good chin. We do know Crawford got heart. And Crawford also got an amazing skill set, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that is a 50-50 fight right now, man, all day. Harold Trim says, main man, did you see the mandatory for the IBF? No way it will sell well. I didn't see who the mandatory was. You know, the IBF is such a graveyard, man. Well, I don't even try to pay attention. Who is it? Can you put that name up in there for me, Harold Trim? And let me see if I even heard of the name before. I don't even know who the mandatory is, man. It's too bad for Errol Spence Jr., man, that he fights, that no one wants to go to the IBF. Danny did. I think Danny was there at one point in time when he got pulled out for whatever reason. Porter don't want to go to the IBF. Nobody don't want to go to the IBF where Errol Spence Jr. is champion, man. Sean Isaac says, man, if you can book 3 fantasy matchups any era, what would they be? Damn, bro, that would take some thinking. That would take some hard thinking. Oh, man. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Roy Jones Jr. I like that. Let's see. Of course, Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. I love to see that. Damn, and the third one. How about Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Those 3 fights will be 3 I would love to see right there all day. Harold Trim says, main man, let's cross our fingers that Porter takes the fight, but not for 10 million guaranteed. I don't know what Porter gonna do, man. Porter was hopping around that thing looking like a frosted Lucky Charm yesterday. I don't know, what he gonna do. You know what I mean? He didn't get in the ring. I ain't see him crashing no press conferences. All I seen him do was show up for a commentating job, and he had Jerry Jones tell him straight to his face, like, damn, I never seen a black Irishman before. I mean, Jerry Jones told him that to his face, and that is no lie. That is #facts. #facts. And Sean Porter sitting there laughing and giggling like a dumbass. So I don't know what Porter going to do, man. Porter, he blew me with that yesterday. He flew all the way down to Dallas and gave no smoke. He didn't even approach the ring. I didn't see him around the ring. I ain't see him on the turnbuckle. I ain't see him in the front row. I ain't see him come down the aisle. I ain't see him nowhere near Errol Spence Jr. yesterday. So I don't know what Porter's going to do, man. All I know is Porter showed up for a job. Porter went to Dallas because had a job. He had a commentating job. And he came with his Jolly Green Giant suit on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what he's going to do, bro. I truly don't know. But at the end of the day, no, he better not come down there trying to price himself out. We don't want to hear nothing about that price out shit like Danny Garcia did. We don't want to hear none of that. You know, so it is what it is, man. And Danny ain't off the hook about this either. We give Porter a lot of crap because he's a champion. He's a world champion, and we love to see a big unification fight. But Danny ain't off the hook when it comes to Earl either, and none of them are. See, and this is another thing that a lot of fight fans, when I said with the poll earlier, that 62% of y'all want to see him face Manny, because honestly, Thurman, Porter, and Danny tried to lock Earl out. They all want to do round robins with each other, but none of them, they don't want to fight him. And so us fight fans, like, we ain't going for that shit. So I get you, man. I mean, I feel where y'all coming from. They did attempt to lock the man out. Shit ain't right. Shit ain't right. Like Lit Up says, Brandon Videz was tall and rangy with long arms. Crawford just had to adjust. Spence has a different style altogether. And that's what I'm saying. And maybe that's why I think a lot of people believe so. Spence and Crawford can make so many adjustments. Dog, he can just, you never know what you're going to get. You just never know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? All day. All day. Word of the day says fights needs to be exciting, though. They do. And for any of y'all who feel like y'all didn't get y'all money's worth last night, hey, man, I feel y'all, man. It is what it is. And fights do need to be much more exciting. We don't want that undercard was garbage. Jay Leon Love in the co-main event was trash. You know what I mean? Like, it was God. I would have rather for them to put the Charles Martin fight that he had with the dude Corbin. They could have put that one close to, that would have been a better fight. But of course, they just wanted to highlight David Benavidez. He back, you know, but it's still, bro, that undercard was trash. That undercard was trash, man. Real shit. Real shit. We about to wrap this up, fight fans. We about to wrap this up. Full of sports. Whole time Sean Porter was barking, no bite, though. He wanted to enter that Pacquiao sweepstakes, though. Man, Pacquiao ain't gonna fight Sean, man. Yeah, I don't see that happening no way, no how. Sean did nothing. You see, well, Pacquiao is a numbers dude, right? He had at a position in his career where he's sitting back and looking at who's most profitable. This is the reason he chose Adrian Bronner. Whether you like Sean Porter or not, Sean is not the most profitable at the weight class. He's just not. And it is what it is. But Sean is not nowhere near the most profitable. This is why Earl says, I'm the money man. He's letting Pacquiao know that, look, man, I got 47,000 up in here. I got the state of Texas riding with me. Anything that I do online goes viral, damn it. Everyone knows who I am. I'm the money man. And Pacquiao, he knows Pacquiao is searching for an opponent. Well, guess what? Earl is letting it be known. I'm the money man. Sean Porter couldn't sell out a family dinner. Sean Porter couldn't sell out a lemonade stand. If Sean Porter's fights were free, only half of the place would be full. That's how he telling you. I'm the cat right now. I'm the cat with all the energy. Thurman gave away his energy. But I'm the man with the energy. But at the end of the day, and I say this before, and I'll say it again, Earl may be the man with the energy. But just because he beat Mikey Garcia, do not misunderstand me. He is still, and I will have this debate with y'all. We could do it on the next stream. He is still not the number one welterweight. A win over Mikey Garcia that still not surpasses what Keith Thurman has done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sean Isaac says leprechaun outfit one time. Good night, fight fans. Much love to you, Sean Isaacs, man. Much love to everybody that rock with the homie tonight, man. I'll see y'all definitely Wednesday. Be on the lookout for more vids to come out from the channel. We approaching some good fights we got on the horizon. I know we got my main man Lamont Peterson versus Sergey Lipinets next weekend, man. I might be in the building for that fight, but if I don't go, then of course we'll be chopping it up live. I'll do a round by round breakdown, you know what I'm saying, on that one in particular. But we know we got that coming up next weekend. We also getting ready for, of course, Turnbull Crawford versus Amir Khan. So boxing gonna keep on rolling, son. It's gonna keep on rolling, and as long as boxing is rolling, the homie main man, made man will be here. Much love to each and every one of y'all that showed up and roll with me tonight. All day, all love. Hey, I would definitely also be engaging more about the AJ versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight. We will engage more about that fight to everybody who asking all day. But yo, for anybody who missed a second of this stream, go back to the beginning. and listen to it all over again. And tell your homies, you know what I'm saying? All day. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Once again, happy St. Patty's Day to Sean Porter. You know, I hope he enjoyed all of his Irish drinks and Irish whiskeys and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sean Porter and the Lucky Charm outfit. To the next video. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Peace out.